when you find out first you're going to die from cancer very soon, you're anxious about it. And naturally I'm peeved that I'm going to die as soon as what I am, whenever it will be. But I'm just amazed, to be honest, that I'm still here at more than 2.5 years. It's incredible.
I really am just grateful for any time we get with Richard. It's all important now, I guess.
All right, guys, we are going to photo them out today, 122 cats. That way, Richard's going to take us up there. He'll be in the front.
Dad hasn't slowed down since he was diagnosed. It would be really easy for him to just sort of stop all of the things that made him who he is and put all of his worry into thinking about the cancer. But it hasn't stopped him at all.
This year we're competing in the Tour de Cure. They're an organisation that raise awareness, raise money and support research in a variety of cancers. We're cycling for 4 days and roughly it's 150 k's each day. So, to be honest, I'm nervous about if I'm going to be able to make it through this event. But I guess I'm pretty determined when it comes to it. Couldn't be more excited, couldn't be at a better place. Yeah.
Resilience, endurance, positivity. There were so many things that he exemplified in doing this, as he had exemplified throughout all the time he was living with this brutal cancer diagnosis.
Unfortunately for me, I got one of the worst brain cancers where there isn't a cure for it.
Hey, Georgia.
How are you? Good. How is work? Yeah, good.
When Richard was diagnosed with grade 4 glioblastoma, some of my close colleagues were saying, don't be Richard's medical oncologist, be his friend. And I'm thinking, stuff that. I'm not using 15 years of my bloody hard work, like hard, long hours work, not to apply it to my friend. What are the rules here?
Look at you. Same scar, hair's still there, fashionable purple. Can I take a photo?
The treatment I'm having has never been tried before in brain cancer. No one knew what it was going to do. People were nervous.
You haven't taken the Richard out of the Richard.
Everything is in the way.
But I'm more than happy to be the guinea pig to do this. In fact, I see it as an opportunity to hopefully make my life better, but to blow open the brain cancer field and transform it for all brain cancer patients.
Sorting out my management.
People all around the world will be watching very closely because if they can have success, it will revolutionise the treatment of brain cancer. It will be a breakthrough, a medical breakthrough.
Beautiful. I remember when I was a kid, I'd come up here every day in the summer holidays.
It was a very Launceston thing because you'd always come here and there'd always be people you knew here.
Richard's my younger brother. We grew up in Launceston, Tasmania. Our parents took us on lots of travel and walking within Tasmania and did all the normal things that people did, kicking the footy, playing footy, riding bikes.
Every summer, we'll go to stay in a caravan park in Ulverston on the northwest coast. We breed our skin cancer basically by going to the beach all day, every day, and playing cricket on the beach, going for, 10 swims sometimes a day. Morning, Missy.
This trip's the first time Richard's been back to Tasmania since he's had his diagnosis. It's been important for him to come down and see Mum and Dad.
Oh, lovely to see you. Growing up, life was challenging at different stages. My mum had 3 strokes before I went to school.
Oh, you look marvellous.
Oh, you do too. She stopped being able to talk and couldn't move one side of her body properly. First time I've seen you in person since my brain cancer diagnosis.
Well, it was a bit of a shock.
No, a bit. More than a bit. She went over to Melbourne for a period and my dad went with her to support her as she was given intensive rehabilitation to try and get back some of her function.
See, scared. No, it's not.
Healing up pretty well. It's been a bit sore in the top.
We were living apart from our parents when we were 3 and 5. We both learnt to be more independent and we really had to care for our mother.
Any preference to where we sit, Mum?
No.
Do you mind if we stay out of the sun? Family life got back to relatively normal, but seeing what happened to my mum, it did have a big impact on me.
It's nice to sit down.
But certainly impacted my passion of doing medicine. I'm here, right next to you. I like the opportunity to try and make lives better for people.
Don't look sad, do you?
Oh,
We've got him here now.
Well, I'm very proud of him, what he's done.
Richard studied medicine at the University of Tasmania and then ultimately ended up in Sydney.
Good morning, Richard.
Morning, gentlemen. Tumour extends down into the reticular dermis, 15 millimetres.
Richard quickly established himself as someone with an interest in melanoma, and I encouraged him to develop this interest. So really, Richard, this is a pretty nasty-looking tumour we have.
Yeah, absolutely. It's...
Now, Richard is undoubtedly one of the top melanoma pathologists in the world at the present time.
The world's biggest melanoma research and treatment centre has opened in Sydney.
Richard and Georgina are the co-medical directors of the Melanoma Institute Australia, one a pathologist, one a medical oncologist. They have spent decades pioneering new treatments for melanoma patients.
And I leave the Tuesday, basically. I joined the team in 2009 as a medical oncologist. At that time, there was nothing for melanoma, no drug therapies. Patients in my waiting room, I would only ever know them for 6 to 9 months because they died. And it was a rare patient who would survive beyond a year or two.
It's an 82-year-old gentleman with an extensive history of multi-recurrent lentis.
It was essentially incurable, and that all changed with the use of immunotherapies in around 2010.
So what's our opinion? Surgeons, head and neck surgeons.
With immunotherapy, we stimulate the immune system in a very specific way so that the immune system can see the enemy, that's the cancer, and kill it.
Okay, happy with that? Everyone happy?
15 years ago, if you had melanoma that had spread around your body, the survival rates were terrible. Less than 5% of people were alive 5 years later. And now it's more than 55% of people are alive 5 years later. Seems to be a lot of nodding around the room, Georgina.
And that's...
During that time, the Institute grew. So did the drug therapies that worked in melanoma. So did the research program. And with all of that activity and knowledge in melanoma and cancer, we could not but help apply it to Richard's glioblastoma.
How it all started was I went to Poland, to Krakow, to lecture in a conference. My wife Katie came with me. We climbed up into the mountains in southern Poland, and the next day I woke up in the morning not feeling right, like I was about to pass out or even die. That's all I remember. I had a seizure and fell onto the floor. I had a red mark on my head where I must have grazed it on the carpet when I hit the floor.
They transferred him to the University Hospital in Krakow, where he had an MRI scan of the brain. Katie, his wife, rang me and said, there's a lesion, to which I gasped and knew, when you have a seizure and there's an MRI with a lesion in a 56-year-old man, which is Richard, it's usually not great news. I sent the scans straight to Brinda Shivalingam and said, what do you think?
I just had one quick look at it and knew what we were dealing with. The biopsy definitively told us that this was an IDH wild-type glioblastoma, the most aggressive type of primary brain cancer.
To be facing a death sentence, yeah, I'm not ready for this. Yeah, I love my life. I love my family. I've got 3 teenage children. I love my work. I love my colleagues. I love contributing to society. I don't want to die yet.
It was very scary. It was overwhelming. It just changed our whole lives immediately. We had no idea what was going to happen week to week.
The survival time for glioblastoma just with standard treatment is in the order of about 12 to 14 months.
Standard therapy hasn't changed in 18 years. Radiation and chemotherapy is just to prolong life a little bit better. It doesn't cure anyone.
I started to hatch a plan and think about how we could treat Richard's tumour by using everything I had learnt and developed in melanoma to bear on how we might approach Richard's glioblastoma. So the plan was to give immunotherapy before the tumour is removed from Richard's brain.
This is completely contrary to standard treatment. Normally everyone says, quick, quick, we must remove the tumour as soon as we can. But we believe that by giving the immunotherapy while the tumour's still there, it has a better chance of developing that immune response.
IDH wild type, promoter TERT mutated, P10 deleted, so it's got the worst prognosis. Even though it's risky, and it is risky, I just give him a whiff of the idea and he went, yep, I want this, yes.
Hey, Emma.
He's truly first in the world. It is experimental therapy. We have no data on what will happen in terms of prolonging his survival.
How long do you give it to go in?
Half an hour.
There's risks in having this form of therapy. You might get swelling of the tumour, and there's risks when you give subsequent doses that you can actually go into the liver failure. I can feel that cool juice going in. But there's also upside risks that I might live longer. Thank you very much. And there's a small chance that I could be even cured.
Hello.
Hi, nice to see you. Yeah, it just feels right to do this. For me to be the guinea pig, for Georgina to lead this.
So your liver tests were good this morning?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Look, I think because it was so dismal anyway, and we talked about if trying this different pathway, if it had no effect or actually made things worse, there would at least be some good to come from it. And if Richard felt comfortable doing it, then we supported him in that.
2 weeks after immunotherapy, he had a big operation to remove most of the tumour that was in his brain.
It's mean I've been here for 25.
It's a difficult tumour to operate on. It is very infiltrative and invasive through the brain, and it sends out little microscopic tentacles of cells. That's what makes it very difficult or near impossible to surgically remove every last bit of it and get every cell. That's going to be my boundary. Okay, I don't think we need to go further back.
What you just said to me makes me feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, Richard Scolyer.
When you're losing part of your brain that, yeah, I was scared shitless, to be honest, that I'd be left with functional problems.
You want to preserve Richard as Richard, but get out as much tumour as possible. It's stressful anyway, but to operate on a friend and a colleague is incredibly stressful.
Annie, my eldest daughter, you were so wonderful. Can you give me a kiss? Thanks for coming in to see me. To be honest, I feel better than what I did after the operation I had 2 and a bit weeks ago where I had biopsies. What's my BP?
122/65.
Perfect. What's the heart rate?
59.
Wow.
Dad was talking normally, joking with us, interacting. He was telling me how I had to improve my resume about an hour after you got out of surgery.
I'm really happy with how everything went. You know, it's always a bonus when you wake up and you're perfectly fine.
I got out of hospital 2 days after surgery, not nearly as knocked about as what I'd expected. So thanks, Brenda. It's now 4 weeks after I had that surgery. I've started on radiotherapy last week, and that seems to be going well.
Happy with that, Jordan?
Yeah, happy with that, Stan.
The big results that we were really excited with was a huge infiltration of immune cells into the tumour. That's really important.
No, that's good.
That means that those immune cells were somehow activated in the body. Hopefully what they're doing is killing the cancer.
Richard is having ongoing immunotherapy.
Richard, we're doing vaccine number 2 today.
And the next stage of the plan is to give Richard a personalised vaccine.
Fine, apart from a bloody sore arm afterwards.
We look at what's specific to that individual person's cancer and try to get the immune system to recognise that specific cancer.
All done. Right, nice and tight.
Hey, the world's melanoma and immunotherapy expert.
This switch in roles has been a huge change for us. Me now as medical oncologist and as the person running and leading his immunotherapy, and for him now as the patient, this is very difficult.
Now it's exciting to try and get some science behind what you and the whole team.
And I think like any cancer patient with a terminal condition, there are ups and downs. It just goes with the territory. Yesterday, Christian and I had a discussion about creating a visual timeline. So we're trying to back everything up with science to show that what we're doing, if it does happen to work, why it's working. Or if it doesn't work, why does it not work? Because only then can we use this data to help other patients, meaning next steps, clinical trial. We have to get clinical trials up front.
He's being very brave and putting on a strong outward show of strength. And all his friends and colleagues are doing their very best to support him in that. But I know that he struggles a lot.
You could chop them up into dice and put them in the tabbouleh, I think. If you...
All right, I can do that.
Yeah.
I feel a little bad that at times I'm, irritable or my temper's sometimes raised. I think my personality before all this happened, I'd more reserved, and I wouldn't fire up about things so much as what I do now. Part of it must be because you could see this defined period of how much you're likely to be alive for, and I feel like I want to get things finished off. I want to get the tasks completed, and it's all aspects of life. What time do you get home?
9:30.
That's not a very late party. My kids are starting to get a sense of how serious it is. So I get that's hard on the kids, and they, at times, we're having emotional moments.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that.
And so all the water was pouring out of them. Mum has been a rock for everybody, including Dad.
Why don't you put them over there?
Even though she herself is dealing with so much.
Yeah, so, Matt, you only turn it once, right? And
But Mum is also a pathologist like Dad, and she's happy for Dad to keep pursuing it because he knows that it has the potential to make a difference to so many people.
Since Richard's diagnosis, he and Georgina have been on a roller coaster, really, trying to get the word out about what they're trying to do.
The 2024 Australian of the Year, I'm proud to announce, is Professor Georgina Long and Professor Richard Scolyer.
It was a surprise, a lovely surprise. We're just so proud of him.
From where I stand, with a future now measured in months rather than decades, it's impossible for me to properly articulate how proud and hopeful that this also makes me.
We never imagined our life work would lead us here.
Thank you, Australia, for bestowing us with this wonderful honour.
We knew Dad was already very, very busy, and we knew that Australian of the Year is, as much as it is an honour, it's also a really big responsibility.
It's not every day you get to speak to our Australians of the Year.
Prevention is better than cure. Slip, slop, slap.
We were, Dad, do you think you've got a lot on your plate at the moment and a few more things added on?
I do worry that he pushes himself a little bit too much, and we've had many chats about this. Just a little bit of rest might actually help him.
Morning. I'm on my way for another MRI scan. I'm looking for recurrent tumours, the main thing, but also treatment effects. So it's now 10 months out since my tumour first presented. So I'm a little nervous about whether anything gets picked up or not. If the scan's cleared today, it'll be celebration in my heart and hopefully many other people.
Throughout 2024, Richard's scans were very positive. He was obviously anxious, as many people are before a cancer scan. He would be relieved and quite thrilled when the scan was clear.
Professor Richard Scolyer has shared remarkable news in his fight against brain cancer, revealing no recurrence of the disease in 10 months.
But the latter stages of 2024, I think he realised quietly that something was not quite right.
This week I'm having another MRI scan to try and see whether the tumour has recurred. Well, fingers crossed it doesn't.
There was a sort of slightly troubling element to the scans. And when he was diagnosed with a recurrence of the brain tumour in 2025, that was a devastating blow.
He had surgery for the recurrence in early March.
Then later in the year, that's when the scan showed it had spread to the other side and surgery's not an option anymore.
He loves the attention.
I think the recurrence definitely knocked us all for a loop. Obviously, there's always a chance of it happening, and it's been in the back of everyone's minds. But when you have, a setback like that, it forces you to just take each day at a time.
Sit.
Sit. Good boy.
Open up. Yeah, I'm just still emotional about things. My kids, the fact I've been able to stay along later, see them growing up, hopefully being helpful parent with them and things. Yeah, I'm pleased with that, but disappointed that I'm not going to be here longer. But what do? You can't change it.
Oh, good boy. Good boy.
It's a different life now compared to before, I guess.
Good boy.
The most important part is ensuring that Richard's time is able to be spent with family in a meaningful way. There have been some good times.
Once Rich got over the devastation of the recurrence, he wanted to live as rich a life as possible. He wanted to do things.
I'll come here today because of you. You're an amazing man.
I had a tough period about a month or so ago, going down a different treatment path, trying to find something that's effective to hold back my brain cancer for a bit longer so I can enjoy my life.
It became a goal for Rich to reach the 250th park run. As much for the fact that it was evidence of his survival as anything else, I think.
On your marks, get set, go!
Now he's not allowed to do as much exercise as he was previously, which I know is a source of great angst for him.
He didn't really like doctors telling him what he couldn't do. He was willful in that sense. He liked to get out and push things in a sporting sense, just as he pushed things in a career sense. And it was so touching. Everybody recognised that how he was living his life was extraordinary. And it was actually a very moving morning for so many people.
To be able to come and celebrate with friends and enjoy their company, it's really special. I'm really touched. I'm really touched by how many people came down.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm absolutely delighted to be joined here by Professor Richard Scolyer.
Richard was prepared to put himself out there to raise the profile of brain tumours.
An extraordinary Australian.
By raising the awareness, we've got that publicity, we've got that enthusiasm to move it forward.
We will invest $5.9 million to establish the Richard Scolyer Chair in Brain Cancer Research at Chris O'Brien Lifehouse in Sydney. Professor.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Prime Minister.
I think it's time for increased funding and attention, and
it's happening.
It does give me hope.
Yeah, so we need to do more about it if we're going to improve outcomes.
It's about making sure we have a timeline and collection of what we've done in readiness for the paper. We have to show that this actually works in larger numbers of people. Neuro-oncologists in Australia, the US, and myself are putting together a protocol to get going on a drug therapy trial for glioblastoma.
In early 2026, Rich was thrilled to hear that a clinical trial had opened in the States.
All of the information from Richard's samples was invaluable to help design the trial. So we'll be able to see whether Richard was an anomaly or was this going to help a whole lot of other patients. And that trial is now about to open in Australia. It's enthused everybody to get out there and do something and do as much as we can as quickly as possible.
In some ways, the last 3 years, I won't say it's been a race, but there's been just a lot going on. Continually setting goals and looking to make every day count. He's packed a lot in. He's touched so many people.
What it did drive him was not the sort of things that many people are driven by, which are ideas of fame or wealth or status. He actually did want to do good things for people.
We're going to stop him regardless of how tired or otherwise he got. And there was no way he was not coming down to do this tour. So,
Now, I've lived way longer than I would have anticipated. Yeah, I'm more accepting that it's going to happen to me in some time.
It's been amazing to get to ride with Dad the last 4 days, particularly given, Tour de Cure is such a special event for him. And so I'm really proud of what he's managed to do.
Good effort, you blokes.
Yeah,
the three of you have been amazing. Yeah.
well done.
Matt, you've been phenomenal. We couldn't have done it without you, mate.
Can't believe I finished. I'm sorry I'm crying, but yeah, I'm very touched by the kindness of many people that I've got to know. Yeah, loveness, kindness, support. I've enjoyed it. I've loved it. Enjoy your life. Contribute to the things you're passionate about. Don't just lean in, leap in, and that's how you can make a difference.